Good evening from wherever you're watching us from. I hope you had a wonderful day. Welcome to CBS News at 9 p.m. Today being the Monday, 14th, 2025. We do welcome you to CBS News at 9 p.m. and we do urge you to stay with us until the end of the bulletin as we have a lot lined for you. My name is SHADRACK.
And I am Patricia ALWANG'A. Make sure you follow us at CBS News Kenya on Facebook, X, and also on YouTube. You can also comment and share your responses on 0721-290-111.
But before we begin our bulletin, let's get the highlights.
I, Geoffrey Kariuki Kiringa Ruko.
Tonight on 9 p.m. news, Cabinet Secretary nominee for Public Service, Geoffrey Ruko faces Moses Wetangula's led committee.
Civil society group laments over the state of the nation as majority of Kenyans says the country is headed to a wrong direction.
And 34-year-old man arraigned in court for allegedly sending abusive and threatening WhatsApp messages to an MP.
Now moving to our story tonight, Speaker Moses Wetangula appointment committee has vetted Public Service Cabinet Secretary nominee George Ruko.
Ruko, who previously served as the MP from Mbeere North constituency, assured the committee of his commitment to bring positive change to the docket while outlining his agenda for various government ministries.
And as our reporter Innocent Ogaro reports, Geoffrey Ruko is set to replace former Attorney General Justin Muturi, who was dismissed after a fallout between him and his former boss, President William Ruto.
I, Geoffrey Kariuki Kiringa Ruko.
Geoffrey Ruko, the son of Mbeere, Embu County, joined a list of few privileged MPs who have been promoted to the executive. Ruko on Monday, facing his former colleagues, this time as CS nominee for the Public Service docket. Just as it costume for vetting the public servants, Ruko was asked to reveal his wealth, declaring his wealth to be 377 million Kenyan shillings. While outlining his plans for the ministry, the question of Muguka came up as MPs wanted to know how he will save himself from the trap which has been rejected in several counties coming from his home county of Embu.
Through the Minister of Agriculture was just ensuring that both Muguka and Mera are properly captured under our laws so that there cannot be discrimination of farmers of Meru who farm Mera and farmers of Embu County who majorly do the farming of Muguka. And it's not only farming of Muguka happens in Embu County, but also in Makueni County, at the moment in Nyeri County, in Murang'a County, also in Nakuru County.
The nominee also affirmed to do things differently from other leaders who have either been impeached or sacked. Ruko is taking the mantle of leadership from his predecessor, Justin Muturi, who was sacked after disagreeing with his former boss, President William Ruto.
The Constitution of the Republic of Kenya is clear on the functions and mandate of Public Service Commission, and I will abide by the Constitution of Kenya without interfering the mandate and functions of Public Service Commission.
Ruko outlined his agendas in different ministries such as education, agriculture, and foreign affairs ministries.
I will come up with information technology, or rather a system. We put a system in place which can be able to link all the government institutions. All the government institutions can be able to talk to each other in matters of civil servants who are reporting to work. The timesheet is an extremely important component moving forward.
Hannah Cheptumo, a nominee in the Ministry of Gender Culture, also faced Wetangula's lead committee. Innocent Ogaro, CBS News, Nairobi.
Well, that was Geoffrey Ruku who was being vetted there, not George Ruku. Now, moving on, civil society groups have lamented over the state of the nation, with 83% of Kenyans believing the country is headed in the wrong direction, while 69% blaming President William Ruto's presidency.
A recent report shows his approval rating has plummeted to 19%. Citing poor accountability and governance under the current regime.
Sheila, on public.
Parliamentarians went to the House and changed the law to make themselves patrons of CDF. But basically we know they have their hands in the till. So the institutions actually went to court again, and even up to the Supreme Court, and the NGCDF Act, and even the process has been declared unconstitutional. The reason is very simple. You cannot oversee and work.
Education is under attack, and it appears that the government has not made up its mind whether it wants even its CBC to be implemented, because within CBC, junior school and senior school, there is a pathway called art and sports. And they are saying that that is really the pathway that would enable our young ones to be creative, to be thinkers, to be actors, to demonstrate.
We really want to celebrate Butere girls.
Oh, yes.
We stand in solidarity with Butere girls. We celebrate them for standing in and fighting for their rights. How do you do that? And why are you tear-gassing them? So the principle of the right to expression, which is provided for in our very own constitution.
Femicide and gender-based violence are spiraling out of control. Between January and March this year, 129 women were murdered. And according to the National Police Service and National Crime Research Center, which was released on April 9th, 2025, in 2024, 579 femicide deaths were recorded. That means more than 30 women die every single month, and that means every single day there's a woman being killed.
Say that femicide must be included in distinct offense, as a distinct offense under the Penal Code, to ensure legal clarity and strengthen judicial response to gender-based killings.
Moving forward, the Anglican Church of Kenya Archbishop Jackson Ole Sapit has condemned the high political temperature raised by the politicians.
Now, Ole Sapit, who spoke at the All Saints Cathedral on Sunday, claims politicians have forgotten their cardinal duty of development. He further noted that the failure by the current regime to tackle corruption has contributed to students putting their agitation in plays like echoes of war.
What message are we giving when members of parliament fight in parliament, hurling insults and feast instead of reasoned debates? What will we say when funeral services and church altars become platforms for tribal drums and political warfare? Where is God in all this? To the point when guns are drawn and worshippers are sent helter-skelter in a place they are supposed to worship, they are dispersed from those places. Our clarion call, even as a nation of Kenya, that let us reason with the Savior, not with our own personal interest. What kind of witness is it when we are using now schools and the places of our young children as places where we howl insults and war and weaponize wars? And what is our future? When we fight with force our children as rebels, yet they are asking us, where is our future? What should we say? As a people, as a leadership, where are we at? Where are we at? And we are not advocating even for those political leaders to go to school to propagate their political agenda. Neither are we in support of those who haul tear gas on innocent children. If you look at the theme of the entirety of the drama festivals that are going on, it is the same. So Butere Girls was not exceptional. They were just talking about thematic areas which is affecting Kenya today.
Now, on the next story, we have the student leadership at the University of Nairobi have threatened to stage demonstrations on Saturday, protesting the decision by Cabinet Education Secretary Julius Migosi to transfer 4 out of 7 members of the University Council.
Now the move comes just days after a crucial council meeting expected to decide who will assume the opposition of the new Vice-Chancellor at the end of this month.
It is the responsibility and the work of the council to appoint the Vice-Chancellor. But they are now manufacturing this chaos so that they can choose their preferred candidate for the position of the Vice-Chancellor. The next thing they are going to do is to bring council members who are their sycophants in order to appoint the Vice-Chancellor of their choice. Why do they have vested interest on this matter? We as the students are the major stakeholders in this university.
Students cannot be waiting for months, for we don't know how long they'll have to wait without representatives. And we are seeing as if it is something that is being orchestrated by the administration. They want there to be a gap in student leadership so that they do not have a voice, so that the student leadership, the student union is silent. And we are seeing whatever they're doing, we have taken note and we are not taking it lightly.
Well, and that story from you and takes us to a very fast break here at CBS News. We urge you to keep it CBS News. Continue talking to us and communicating with us through our social media platform, Facebook. We are on X. We are in all platforms that you can send your messages, and we'll be singling them out as we come back after this short commercial break.
Stay tuned.
Competitive Manpower International Limited is recruiting delivery riders in the United Arab Emirates. If you have a passion for the road and a desire to work in a fast-paced environment, then this is your chance. Don't wait. Send your applications to competitivemanpower@gmail.com. Want to apply in person? Visit our offices at Kiko Road behind the Casa Hotel, KCB River Road, Nairobi. For more details, call us now on 0721 506627 or 0733 392180. Act. First opportunities are limited. Secure your spot today and start your journey as a delivery rider in the United Arab Emirates. Looking for a trusted supplier for all your household hardware needs? Look no further than Competitive Hardware Limited. We provide top quality building materials including cement, all types of iron sheets, paints, PPR and PVC pipes, electric pipes, building grills, BRC and square till in various sizes. Need interior and finishing materials? We've got you covered with gypsum, gypsum rails, marine boards, ceiling boards and tanks of all sizes. For fencing, we stock barbed wire, chain link and wire mesh. And the best part, we offer free countrywide delivery with our fleet of transit trucks and pickups. Your order arrives on time, every time. Visit us in Kitengela along Namanga Highway, opposite 411 stage, or at our branches in Kitisuru and Busia. For enquiries, call us on 020-26-88-888 or 0733-66-6632 or 0721 923248. Competitive Hardware Limited, your reliable hardware supplier.
Welcome to Competitive Training Institute, empowering you with in-demand skills. At Competitive Training Institute, we equip you with practical, job-ready skills that open doors both locally and internationally. Whether you're aiming to become a qualified caregiver, certified plumber, skilled automotive mechanic, or want to learn a foreign language like French, Arabic, or German, and many more, we've got the right course for you. Our hands-on training, guided by experienced instructors and aligned with market demands, ensures you're ready to compete and succeed in today's job market. We don't just train, we help you get hired. Our job placement team supports you in finding meaningful work after graduation. We are proudly accredited by NITA, ensuring high standards in all we offer. Ready to begin? Call us on 020-200-192. or 0721-223081, or email us at competitivetraining@gmail.com. Your journey starts here. Let's build your future together.
Welcome back. Machakos Governor Wavinya Ndeti has asked Kenyans to pray for women leaders. The governor stated this while speaking at Kalama area on Sunday, adding that the female leaders are being targeted by their male counterparts.
Now, our remarks came amid a push to remove Machakos Speaker Ann Kusia.
Kuonyesha MCA wangu Dominic kwa Reverend Boaz, na ningependa kabla sijaenda vile hii kanisa ilianza, alafu nikimaliza hiyo nilisema only anza ili tuweze kwenda mbele. Kanisa kilabu ndani.
Kuna shetani imetokezea. Ile shetani last year wameua wanawake. So many women have died. Hii ni shetani nyingine imetoka ya kupiga magavana wote, wale kina mama. Hii ni shetani. Yani women are endangered. Nimeona ingine wanapiga Wanga huko, wanapiga Keheka, wanapiga Mbarire, wanapiga Wavinya, mumeua wakina mama. What I can just tell Madam Speaker, please call your people and sit with them. Waite mkae chini muongee.
Now, moving on, residents of Mtwapa town in Kilifi South constituency in Kilifi County allege that they have been abandoned by the county government. Now, they are accusing the Governor Gideon Mung'aro administration of failing to ensure their safety.
These residents, a large percentage of whom are business people, say they have been reporting under constant fear of insecurity due to lack of street lights in the neighborhoods, particularly during the early mornings and late nights, a situation they warn could cripple their business. Samuel Mbogo has the story.
Residents of Mtwapa town in Kilifi South constituency, Kilifi County, allege that they have been abandoned by the county government, accusing Governor Gideon Mung'aro's administration of failing to ensure their safety. These residents, a large percentage of whom are business people, say they have been operating under constant fear of insecurity due to the lack of street lights in their neighborhood, particularly during early mornings and late nights, a situation they want could cripple business in the town.
Mtwapa na ndio kwenye kura nyingi sana na kwenye watu wengi aje aone kwamba hakuna mataa hayawaki. Sasa hatujui kama county haina pesa, hawajapewa pesa ama hawajukumiki kulipa hizi taa, kwa sababu wafanyi biashara hawa hawkers wanafaidika wakiwa wanafanya kazi 24 hours.
Ukiangalia usalama usiku, kuna baadhi ya sehemu zenye huwezi enda na bike. Hii ni kwa sababu kuna magenge, unaweza ukaenda huko ukavamiwa, ukaporwa.
street lights usiku pia ni bora zaidi kwa sababu ya kufukuza hawa wahuni, hawa watu wa vipanga, tuwe tunafanya kazi bila wasiwasi wowote.
According to local traders, including boda drivers, grocery sellers and other vendors, the town's significant size contrasts starkly with its lack of public toilets.
Hakuna taa, na upande wa vyoo vya kiserikali hakuna kabisa choo ya kiserikali. Ukishikwa na haja inabidi uangalie mahali wa kujisote, lakini kama pengine nyumbani inabidi uangalie kwa msitu. So hata barabara zinachafuka kwa mazingira mbalimbali.
Watu wa council hawafajii, choo hatuna. Tena mahali tunafanyia sisi ni barabarani. Tulisikia kwamba tunaambiwa tutajengewa soko. Lakini soko limejengwa Mtwapa, lakini ni Mtepeni wote. Mtwapa, kwenye stage ya Mtwapa hakuna soko.
Many report being forced to use private facilities or resort to alleys, a practice they say threatens public health and environmental sanitation.
Mkubwa wetu ambaye MC wetu anaitwa bwana Harun Tete ametusahau sana katika barabara yetu kubwa ya Mtwapa Primary kuelekea Jumba Ruins. Hiyo barabara alikuwa ameahidi kwamba hiyo barabara itashughulikiwa baada ya kuwa yeye amepata uongozi, na sasa hii hatumuoni.
Pikipiki zetu zinaharibika kwa muda mfupi sana. Maji yanasimama kwa mashimo, alafu na huo upande wa usalama umedorora sana kwa sababu vijana wa mapanga pia wanasusumbua kwa sababu ya giza. So sasa kama tungepata taa za barabarani zingetuokolea kwa usalama.
Additionally, boda riders highlight persistent transportation challenges, citing poorly maintained suburban roads riddled with potholes that damage their motorcycles and disrupt their livelihoods.
Serikali ya kaunti yetu, please, kuna jambo linaweza kufanyika, tuwe katika hali ya sawa. Watu wanasumbuka huku, sisi ndio watu wenu na nyinyi ni watu wetu. Please, mtuangalie.
Tunaomba mtutengenezee soko Mtwapa. Ndio uwe na sisi nasi tunajivunia kwamba sisi kwa mboga jameni wamesaulika kabisa.
Na wakajitujengea vyoo ili mwananchi akapata kufaidika ama kusaidika.
Residents and business owners now urge the county government to prioritize Mtwapa's needs, emphasizing that despite these hardships, the community has consistently paid taxes. Reporting for CBS News from Kilifi, my name is Samuel Mbogo.
Now, let's now go to the corridors of justice, where a 34-year-old man was arraigned today at Wanguru Law Court for allegedly sending abusive and threatening WhatsApp messages to my Member of Parliament, Mary Maingi.
Joseph Mairuri Kamau appeared before Principal Magistrate Martha Opanga, where prosecutors stated he had sent offensive communication to the first-term legislator using his mobile phone.
Now, the alleged offense occurred on March 27th this year at an unspecified location within Kenya.
Dan Flolindwe has the story.
Udhalilishaji wa mitandaoni kinyume cha sheria. Maelezo ni kwamba mnamo tarehe 27 mwezi wa 3 mwaka huu wa 2025, mahali ambapo hapajulikani lakini hapa Kenya, ukipenda uliweza kutumia WhatsApp kutuma ujumbe kwa namba 0751 ambayo imesajiliwa kwa jina la Joseph Muiruri Kamau. Ukaweza kutuma ujumbe kwa nambari za usajili 0722415 ambayo imesajiliwa kwa jina la Mary Maingi, na ukaweza kutuma ujumbe kwa ukitumia majina yafuatayo: Tutakurarua chupu ukinjua ni kitendo ambacho hakiruhusiwi na sheria ama kitahusisha huyo Mary Maingi. Ni kweli ama si kweli?
Mentioned on 28th of April, hearing on 28th of July, focus number 1.
Communities living near the ocean in Mombasa County have called on the government to implement strict strategies to reduce coastal pollution.
Now, this is particularly around mangrove forest, which serve as a breeding and nurturing grounds for fish and other marine life. The dumping of plastic waste along the beaches and coastal areas has severely affected marine ecosystem, contributing to declining fish population.
Residents near these areas who heavily rely on fishing have lamented a drop in their income due to shortage of fish.
Sisi kama shirika la kijamii tukishirikiana na kikundi cha kijamii cha Coastal Ocean tukaamua kuja katika fuo hii ili tuweze kuweka mazingira, usafi wa mazingira, kwa sababu fuo hii inatumiwa sana na wenyeji wa sehemu hii. Asilimia kubwa ya familia zinazoishi karibu na mazingira haya wanatumia bahari hii kama kipato chao, kukupatia kipato chao. Tunahitaji msaada na ushirikiano wa members wenyewe pamoja na CBO na hizo self help group ili tuwezeshe hiki jumla ili kusafisha bahari na kuwezesha kurudisha wale samaki ambao walikuwa wamepotea kwa sababu ya uchafu uliojaa.
Jamii ambayo iko karibu na ufuo huu wa bahari hawana elimu ya kutosha haina elimu ya kutosha kuhusiana na ufuo wa bahari, kwani cha kwanza wanakijiji huwa wanakata mikoko, wanaifanyia kuni na pia wanaifanyia ujenzi. Kwa hivyo kukata mikoko huko huwa kunaifanyisha hali duni katika ufuo huu wa bahari. Kwa hivyo kitu ambacho tutafanyia bidii pia ni kuhamasisha kuwa wanakijiji ambao wako katika karibu na ufuo huu wanapata elimu ya kutosha.
Now, moving on to health matters, Health Cabinet Secretary Helen Duale has promised governors an approved working relationship. Duale has vowed to hold regular consultation as he acknowledged health as a devolved function.
Duale spoke to media after a high-level meeting with governors. The meeting served as both consultation and familiarization session. It was his first such meeting since taking office. Isanda Nyaboke with the story.
Secure the health, well-being of our citizens, our collaboration, our commitment, our partnership with the Council of Governors and the 47 county governments, health CECs is paramount. And that's why I have come here. And I've assured the country last time when I took that every 14th day of the month, everybody will be paid. In this meeting, there is the acting CEO of SHA, there is the acting CEO of the Digital Health. I want to confirm to the nation, we have paid all facilities who posted their claim regularly and legally. We will weed out corruption, we will weed out fraud.
Listening to Waziri, we have made some very, very positive progress. And my plead is to the President. President William Ruto, kindly let this minister stay here. There is too much movement, and we are in the critical stage of implementation of UHC.
It is not possible to give us funds for only 1 year. This fund that are supposed to pay this universal health coverage staff at the rate that their colleagues are being paid for, the correct job groups, it is going to be a lifetime issue. So if you give us 8,757 universal coverage staff, then we should have their resources included in the equitable share.
Business.
Let's introduce Isanda Nyaboke to have our stories on Business Matters Global.
Competitive Manpower International Limited is recruiting delivery riders in the United Arab Emirates. If you have a passion for the road and a desire to work in a fast-paced environment, then this is your chance. Don't wait. Send your applications to competitivemanpower@gmail.com. Want to apply in person? Visit our offices at Kiko Road behind the Casa Hotel, KCB River Road, Nairobi. For more details, call us now on 0721 506627 or 0733 392180. Act. First opportunities are limited. Secure your spot today and start your journey as a delivery rider in the United Arab Emirates. Looking for a trusted supplier for all your household hardware needs? Look no further than Competitive Hardware Limited. We provide top quality building materials including cement, all types of iron sheets, paints, PPR and PVC pipes, electric pipes, building grills, BRC and square till in various sizes. Need interior and finishing materials? We've got you covered with gypsum, gypsum rails, marine boards, ceiling boards and tanks of all sizes. For fencing, we stock barbed wire, chain link and wire mesh. And the best part, we offer free countrywide delivery with our fleet of transit trucks and pickups. Your order arrives on time, every time. Visit us in Kitengela along Namanga Highway, opposite 411 stage, or at our branches in Kitisuru and Busia. For enquiries, call us on 020-26-88-888 or 0733-666632 or 0721-923248. Competitive Hardware Limited, your reliable hardware supplier.
Welcome to Competitive Training Institute, empowering you with in-demand skills. At Competitive Training Institute, we equip you with practical, job-ready skills that open doors both locally and internationally. Whether you're aiming to become a qualified caregiver, certified plumber, skilled automotive mechanic, or want to learn a foreign language like French, Arabic, or German, and many more, we've got the right course for you. Our hands-on training, guided by experienced instructors and aligned with market demands, ensures you're ready to compete and succeed in today's job market. We don't just train, we help you get hired. Our job placement team supports you in finding meaningful work after graduation. We are proudly accredited by NITA, ensuring high standards in all we offer. Ready to begin? Call us on 020-200-192. or 0721-223081 or email us at competitivetraining@gmail.com. Your journey starts here. Let's build your future together.
It is 14th April 2025. Good evening. I'm Cynthia Isanda. This is your business update from banking shakeups to global trade moves. Here are the 5 top stories making waves. We delve into the first bulletin where Access Bank has finalized its $100 million shillings acquisition of the National Bank of Kenya from KCB Group, expanding its footprint to 77 branches across 28 counties. The move elevates Access from a Tier 3 to a Tier 2 lender in Kenya's banking sector. The Competition Authority of Kenya approved the deal with the condition that 80% of the National Bank of Kenya staff be retained for at least a year. The acquisition signals deeper regional integration as Pan-African banks targets Kenya's growing market. On to the next story. The Central Bank of Kenya has reduced its benchmark lending rate by 75 basis points, bringing it down to 10%, which is the 5th consecutive cut. The previous rate was at 10.5%. Effective date was April 8, 2025, and the consecutive cuts were 5 since August 2024. This decision aims to stimulate borrowing and investment as credit uptake in the private sector remains sluggish. Inflation remains within the government's target band, which is currently at 3.6%, and in February 2025 it was at 3.5%, and a target range of 2.5% to 7.5%, giving CBK flexibility to adopt a more accommodative monetary policy in support of economic growth. On to the next story. Kenya may benefit from the new US trade measures as Washington imposes higher tariffs on goods from China and Vietnam, making Kenyan exports relatively more competitive. Though the US also introduced a 10% tariff on textiles from Kenya, which is effective from 2025 April. The 125% tariffs was imposed on Chinese imports, and 46% tariffs were imposed on Vietnamese goods. Officials believe the country still holds an advantage under the African Growth and Opportunity Act (AGOA) trade agreement, with 603 million as Kenya's AGOA sales, mainly textiles and apparel in 2022, $45.2 million being Kenya's trade deficit within the US as of early 2025, $46.7 million being Kenya's exports to the US in December 2024. However, local manufacturers are urging the government to address high production costs and logistics challenges to truly take advantage of the opportunity. When we delve into the tech world, Kenyan innovators are standing out at GTEX Africa 2025 in Marrakesh, Morocco, showcasing groundbreaking solutions in fintech, agri-tech, and cybersecurity. Mitsumi Distribution is expanding its offering by adding global tech brands like SanDisk, Netgear, and PNY. Meanwhile, Kaspersky highlighted a surge in cybersecurity threats across Africa, calling for stronger digital infrastructure and data protection strategies. Now onto the global market. A trade spat is unfolding after the US imposed a 10% tariff on Kenyan exports following Kenya's decision to apply a 16% VAT on imports. The $737.3 million was the value of Kenyan exports to the US in 2024, which is a 17.5% decrease from 2025. $782.5 million being the value of US exports to Kenya in 2024, showing a 61.4% increase from 2023. The Kenyan government defended its tax structure, saying it maintains favorable trade ties with key markets like the UK and Egypt. Trade experts warn the back and forth may complicate ongoing negotiations for a Kenya-US free trade agreement as exporters brace for cost implications. Now, on to what is breaking on our fuel prices is that they are going to go down as EPRA releases new retail prices in a statement today. According to the released statement, the new fuel rates take effect from 15th April to 14th May 2025. Super petrol has decreased by 1.95% per litre, diesel by 2.20 shillings per litre, and kerosene by 2.40 shillings per litre. The new retail prices will be, super petrol will be retailed at 174.63 per litre, diesel at 164.86 per litre, kerosene at 148.99 per litre. The reductions are attributed to a decrease in the average landed cost of imported fuel, with super petrol decreasing by 4.89%, diesel decreasing by 6.45%, kerosene decreasing by 6.53%. That is your business update for today, from banking matches to bold startups. And also it brings us to the end of the news bulletin at 9, which was anchored by Patricia and Shadrack. Have a good evening and thank you for keeping it CBS. Smart business, smart you.